In this video, I'd like to show you how you can add video and audio directions to your Google Slides presentations so that you can send them to your students as assignments, and they can either watch a video right in the Google slide or listen to the directions that you have for them. So in this example, we're going to start with the video. So I've added a video here of directions on how to add pictures to these slides. So that's a type of direction you could give. I created this video originally as a Loom, and then what I did is once I had it in Loom, I downloaded that video. So I clicked the download button here, and once that's done, I'm just going to save it anywhere. You can save it to your downloads wherever you'd like, but I'm going to save that. And then once it's in there, you can see that file's in there. You can go to your Google Drive, and then you can just drag it in from the upload bar and drop it in there, and it's going to insert. Now, being that it's a video, it might take a little while to upload into Google Drive. That's okay. But then you can go back into your Google Slideshow, and we're going to go insert, insert video, and you can go from Google Drive. And if you are on the recent tab, the most recent thing that's been updated would be that video, and there it is. And once you insert it, it will pop it in just like that. You can adjust the size of it. You can place it on there wherever you'd like. So then the students will be able to watch that video right in there. You can also put the link for so if you wanted to copy the link and put that in your directions right in Google Classroom, that would be just fine. This is just another option. Secondly, adding audio. So Google Slides has the ability to add audio to a slide or to a Google slide presentation, but you can't record within it. So there is a nice tool online called Online Voice Recorder, which will allow you to record and get a file of that recording and then add it into your Google slide. So one of the things I like to do is I like to split my screen, put them side by side. There's a nice tool called Split. It's called Tab Scissors. So you can use that, and that will then split these for you. And I can take this, and if I grab and just slide it over to the edge to the left side there, I can face them side by side. I can also rejoin them back. And again, you can do this in a couple ways. If you don't have the slide, the tab scissors extension, you can just click and drag. Oops. And then once you go to the side of the window, it will split them side by side. So once you get that set up, I'm going to close this out so I can read this. So now I have my directions and my audio. So I'll be able to read my directions from this side and record my audio from this side. So simply, this website is very easy to use. You just click the record button, and I'll read the directions. Directions. Use the word problem to write your equation, Math Mountains, and solve. Show your work. Solve both add to and take from equations. Take a picture and add it to the slide. Use the video to see how. So then I click stop. I can preview by pushing the play button. Directions. Use the word problem to write. I also can trim. So if there would be a bunch of empty space at the end or the beginning, I can just slide this along and we'll trim out that space. You can't really do anything with the middle, but it will trim it. So once that's done, I just click save. Yep. And then again, here you'll want to name it. So I'm going to call this directions. Because if you have a lot of these files, you're going to want to know what each one is without having to listen to each of them. So I'm going to save it, call it directions. That'll save down at the bottom here. Then I go back into my Google Drive. Again, I drag that into Google Drive. That will upload. I'm going to merge these two tabs back together. And now from this slide, I can go into Insert Audio. And on my recent, here's my directions MP3. Double click that. And it's going to ask if you want, if it's shared, you're going to want to make sure that the audio file is shared with them. I have already shared this in Google Classroom, so that's why it's asking. Usually this will pop up if you've already shared it with somebody. So go ahead and say share. And then now what I've noticed is that this playhead can kind of get in the way. So I usually stretch this out a little bit bigger and I move it to the bottom. That way then when it's not selected, or I should say when you hover over the play button, it goes below this little icon, and then they can just click play. Directions. Use the word problem to write your equation, math mountains, and solve. So then the students can listen to the directions. So you could essentially create directions for every slide just by using this little online voice recorder website. So hopefully this is a useful tool. If you have some students that aren't quite readers, you just need to put in some audio directions. It seems pretty simple, pretty short, not a whole lot of steps. So if you have any questions on it, please let me know.